Hey you guys, it's your girl Anastasia back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my first purchase for my investment property. I bought a 3-family home, and the steps that I took to purchase this property is, for one, you have to make sure that your credit and your finances is good. I do have a company, so when it came to me, I needed to show 3 years of my business. I needed to show 3 years of my business, of tax returns. I then made sure that my credit is pretty high. It's in the 7s. So my credit score was good when it came to purchasing my investment property. You need 20% down when it comes to investment properties, and what I was looking for was nothing to do. I wanted to build my portfolio, which, you know, now I have over 18 doors. So when it comes to that part, I made sure that my first investment property wouldn't be so, it wouldn't be, how could I say, my first investment property wouldn't be a headache where I had to do repairs or things of that nature. I really didn't want to do repairs. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to just have where I can move my tenants in and start collecting from the door, which did happen. I closed pretty quickly, but you know, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the steps. So then from there, they average, I don't want to get all into details, but I do just want to quickly, you know, tell you the steps. So the first step is making sure that your credit is good. The second step, the first and second steps are making sure your finances and your credit is good when it comes to purchasing a home. From there, I had to go with the company, which pre-qualified me for roughly around $800,000. Then from there, I started looking at homes. I did purchase a home I purchased a home, 3-family home. The process wasn't that hard because a lot of my paperwork, I'm very organized when it comes to a lot of things. So my paperwork and everything was, you know, it was very organized. One thing I can say is, when it comes to your bank accounts, or bank account, whatever bank account that you are going to take your funds out, make sure that it's clean. Meaning you have to account for every single thing, whether it was a couple of dollars that was taken out. They look at all of that. You have to write notes. If there was, you know, when it come to me, you know, there's some checks that was deposited, where did these checks come from, stuff like that. So make sure that your account that you're using is on point for 3 months. Just make sure that it's clean. Make sure that you do have savings. Make sure that you are able to account for every penny that was taken out. I was clear to close, and I closed like the following week, because I wanted to move on it very quickly. the banks give you a month to prepare. Was not even giving you a month, because you are paying a month of mortgage in advance. So you have 30 days to figure out what it is that you're going to do as far as having tenants come into your home. And I started because I knew that I was serious about purchasing purchasing my home, that I put a lot of things into play with my property management company and a lot of other things that I've done as far as in the application process. How was I going to do the background? Yes, you could have an agency do all of that for you, but a lot of the times you have to pay that agency. So why not have the experience on what it is that you need to know when it comes to your backgrounds of your tenants? What is the how do they qualify, what it is that you're looking for. I did all of that because I am pretty savvy when it comes to paperwork. I deal with a lot of paperwork, especially when it comes to my cleaning company. So I know I wanted to make sure that I had my lease agreement good and qualify. Everything was legal when it comes to that state. I did have a lawyer look at it, just make sure everything was correct, added in certain things that needed to be added in, whether it was dealing with appliances, things of that nature. So and I also had a lawyer on retainer when it came to evictions, just in case, because you want to have that and you want to prepare for any and everything. Not saying that I'm going into the situation on a negative note, but I do want to be prepared if anything was to happen. So my experience when it came to my first investment property was pretty good. I had no complaints. The only aggravating thing when it was me and, like, if there was a check deposit into my company, or just me accounting for every single thing and making sure that things was written out. But other than that, when it came for me to clear to close, I just had to go, I think 3 or 4 times back and forth with my reps and make sure that everything was lined up, and I closed very swiftly. When you do get your first property and you want to do this for a living or just start to invest, I feel that it is pretty easy going forward because you know what the expectations are. Right now I have 18 doors and I'm growing. I plan on getting a lot more within 15 months because I do have goals to go to the next level. So with all of that being said, the next couple of videos you will see a lot of me going into a lot of homes, whether a good condition, bad condition, seeing what it is that I needed to do. You guys will see a couple of homes that I have purchased. I will say, hey, I purchased this home, I purchased that home, and I'll tell you like the things that I needed to do. I don't want to, give this property out on where it's at, but the client sheets. So I will go over things of like this, how much it costs, because this is paperwork that you need to look at when it comes to doing an investment. If the investment is worth it, going in, looking at the different areas, seeing how much the rent is, what would your profit and loss be, you know, the common areas as far as you paying for it. You know, when it came to my first investment property, I gained, well, my profit in walking away is $2,300, but I also had to keep in mind maintenance around the homes and things of that nature, how the maintenance and housekeeping of the home, electricity that you do have to pay for, things of that nature. So like I said, it was $2,300 as far as my profit with my first home, but I have to keep in mind of those things. So let's say roughly around $1,500 is my profit for my when it came to my first home. But at the end of the day, I still you know, savings, things of that nature. So I don't really necessarily, I look for the profit because in the long run it will be beneficial. Also divide up my, oops, sorry guys, I also divide up my payments. I do 2 separate payments. Those, when doing separate payments, like say your mortgage is $3,000 a month, so I will pay $1,500 one week, then 2 weeks from now I'll pay the other $1,500. What it does, it kills the interest. You're making 2 payments and you're knocking off years when doing that. Also, it just depends on if you have a 15-year mortgage, a 30-year mortgage. You want to stay away from 30-year mortgages, but I do understand when it comes to people, they do, that's all they're able to do at that moment. But when the actual percentage rate goes down, you do want to see if you can opt out of that 30-year, because you're paying double. And let's just say I purchased this house for $300,000. You're paying double that, so roughly around $600,000 is what you're paying for it in a 30-year. The next couple of clips, you guys will see a lot of me going into different homes, me purchasing different homes. Like I said, I am at 18 doors right now, and I am in the middle now of closing on 2 other properties. And I can also teach you guys how, when purchasing your first investment, what are the things that you have to do when it comes to getting other finances, other funds. You can put your house up for lines of credit, making sure that your business is, if you have a business, how to use your business to help you when it comes to your investment properties, doing a little bit of farming with different banks, seeing what banks are able to help with certain, when you walking in the door, you opening up a business account, what are they going to offer you right then and there when you have good credit, good personal credit and good business credit. But you also want to stay away from using your personal credit, and I can talk to you guys about all of that as well. So you know, this was like just a little quick chit chat on first home, and this is something that I really want to do. When it comes to my properties, I make sure that I have some type of insurance when it comes to the properties, in case of anything happening to me, you know, you want to make sure that you're not leaving your family with any type of debt, and how to organize and make that work for you, where you're paying down as much as possible on your mortgage, so in case something do happen, you know, your insurance policy that you took out on yourself as well as your home, you are covered, and your kids have some money left over from that they're paying off your home, and they have some in their pockets to do whatever it is that they need to do. So it was nice talking with you guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe.
New whip, got gold keys. Tell them my clothes, no stops, please. Soon as I nut, you go leave. Got M's in the bank like yes, indeed. Cartier glasses, I won't even Pikachu. Yellow Ferrari like Pikachu. I got him waiting and watching what he gon' do. Tryna be what I do, tryna steal my moves. 2500 for a new pair of tennis shoes. The same price I can make the link, come finish you. Know you being charged, yeah, jewelry like a voodoo. Real dope boy, 100,000 in the Eagle. President's 10 shot, we don't see you. I been getting money, I ain't worried about what he do. I'm getting money like I'm from the 80s. Man, Dre about to drop, man, this shit don't go crazy. They don't want the truth, coming straight from the basement. I'm straight up the street, man, I'm going from the pavement. I'm in all hundreds, it make them go crazy. Wham, 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 bitch on the baby. Brand new whip, got no keys. Tell them my clothes, no stops, please. Soon as I nut, you can go leave. Got M's in the bank like yes, indeed. Me and my dog going off the way. When you living like this, they supposed to hate. Brand new whip, got no keys. Tell them my clothes, no stops, please. Soon as I nut, you can go leave. Got M's in the bank like yes, indeed. Me and my dog going off the way. When you living like this, they supposed to hate.
it ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no one for guessing. No more than emotionally invested. Showing you all my imperfections. Oh, if I let you, don't take me for granted. Yeah. If I'm worth more than you could manage. Yeah. Oh, be with me. Oh, we could be honest. Closer to me. Oh, giving me solace. Promise that you won't let me fall. Holding me tight, loving me right, giving me life, all like you could be. Telling me lies, making me cry, wasting my time the whole time, so just be. If I want you, take for granted, yeah. Cause with me, know you could do damage. You could do damage. You do damage, yeah. Well, we bout it, I'm putting pressure. You'll only get me if I let you. No, you're doing this just for pleasure. Even learn me your own lesson. If you want me, don't take me